And good morning. Welcome to Gmsa Plus right here on KSAT Plus, where we're taking the conversation off the desk, bringing it into more of a looser way of telling you guys what's going on. And again, we're happy that you guys have been with us all morning long, telling you about the weather. We've been talking about that a lot today.
Absolutely. So that is the big story that we're seeing across our area. We did saw some snow overnight. That was pretty cool to watch, but we are seeing a couple of things pop up on our roads right now. So let's give you an update exactly what is going on out there, because as we get more folks out and about, we do have more activity out there. Take a look behind me. Basically, I-35 northbound on the northeast side of town. Thank you very much, Robert, for taking that full for me. 35 northbound at 1604. We do have a crash that has shut down all the main lanes of the northbound lanes of 35. You see it is backing traffic up to Topper Wine Roads. My guess is that this is going to back things up to maybe Judson Road. So again, right before you get out to Pat Booker Road, major crash out there. Let's show you a couple of other incidents across our city. This one right there, I-10 westbound at Woodlawn Avenue. So all of our drivers coming up from Culebra, Cincinnati Avenue, keep this one in mind. Again, westbound lanes, we have at least two main lanes blocked right there at Fulton, Hildebrand, causing a major mess out there. East side of town, still seeing this one, but we have cleared this one out, Jeff.
Yeah,
so that's good.
News,
that's I-10 East right there at Ackerman, right there at Foster Road. So we are clear. Good to go there. Let's see if we can get a couple more here. This is going to be on the southwest side of town, 90 at 410. Looks like we have cleared that one out there at Valley High. So that's some good news for our drivers there. Again, one thing that we noticed throughout the entire morning has been on these surface roads, these frontage roads, that we're seeing a little bit more of activity out there. There's a look there at 1604 Wiseman Boulevard, as that continues to be a trouble spot for our drivers on the far west side of town out there by Brennan High School. But again, no school today.
Yeah, no
All
school
of our major
today.
school districts are closed, so we are good to go there. But that's a quick rundown of everything that's going on this current hour, and that's why I'm glad that we're doing this. GMSA Plus, because obviously these traffic incidents, they extend beyond our 6 o'clock hours. So here we are. We got you, y'all.
We got you covered. And again, even though the kiddos are at home, probably if you were outside building snowman, or maybe you're sleeping in, like I probably would be if I was a child, your parents have to get on the roads. Your older ones have to get out and get to work. So with that being said, we've been keeping you covered. And I know our very own Patty Santos, she's been out and about all day long, kind of giving us a look at what our roadways are looking like. And she is now inside TransGuide. I have never actually seen the inside of this building before. It looks warm, but it looks like these people are working real hard. Patty, how you doing?
Yes, there is a lot of focus on exactly what is going out on the roadways, and all of those accidents that you mentioned, I can see all of those from up here, and that is the great advantage point of having all these dispatchers. We're talking about Via Transit, we're talking about SAPD, the City of San Antonio maintenance crews, TxDOT, the Heroes. All of those folks are here watching these screens, making sure that they're in constant communication about what's going on. If they see some potential slick spots, if they see a lot of accidents up on these cameras, then guess what? They're going to send somebody. They're going to say, maybe you need to go retreat that. So this is all just a constant, one of the many ways that they communicate to try and keep our roadways safe for us. They tell us this morning they did have some slick spots and some elevated highways that they had to shut down some highways and some overpasses, but that has all been cleared. They've been treated and things are moving smoothly, but they do want to remind anyone that's going out there to drive slow, take it easy if you have to be out there. But again, this is what we're seeing out here live right now inside the TransGuide Dispatch Center. We're going to stay here. Actually, we were wanting to stay here, but they're telling me I got to go out in the snow, guys. I got to go make some more snowmen.
Oh, right. Go make
so we'll send it back to you.
Snow nuggets last time.
Little snow nuggets. Thanks so much, Patty.
Snowmen.
Well, I tell you what, again, we are live streaming right here at GMSA Plus on KSAT Plus, giving people an opportunity to join the conversation. Shout out to Mr. Michael. He said, let it snow. Rose is coming in saying thank you for keeping us informed. And then we also have Candy coming in saying, good morning, everyone. Happy snow day. And yes, we saw the snow coming in earlier for the kiddos. I don't know if that's still happening right now.
Right. So, on the way in, as we were walking into KSAT, got a little bit of video, posted it on social media. I know Justin's been pretty active as well, posting some things on social media there as well. As we got a nice little bit of snow for us overnight. And I believe we are going to go to Justin right now to give you an update on the very latest
as far as what's happening
there
right
he is.
now.
He's in the studio.
So Justin, we're not looking at snow currently, right? Is there anything falling down right now?
No, that has come to an end, so no snow out there right now, guys. It is quieting down. But there is still a little bit of snow on the ground. What'd you guys call it? Snow what?
Snow nuggets.
No snow nuggets.
Okay, I can probably live with that. Hey, meteorologist Mia Montgomery is here with me too. She's coming in this morning to help us with the coverage. We want to give you complete coverage of everything that's going on. And look, by and large, this is a go out and enjoy the snow. Kids are loving it. I know my kids are. Be careful though on the roads, as you just heard Japhanie and RJ talk about. Take it safe. You don't have to go into work early this morning. Don't do it. Stick around with the kids, enjoy the snow, because once the sun comes out, we think that'll happen midday, it will all melt. So Mia's going to help me here go through some of these KSAT Connect photos.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do we got here?
We've got this one. Check out these cuties. They're outside. They've got their whole hats, their gloves. They've got the whole setup going on. Plenty of snow, enjoying it. I love to see all of the small snowmen that people actually managed to create with some of the accumulation. I know Patty Santos was out there earlier trying to get some of the accumulation that was on the car
It was tough
windshield.
because the snow's kind of grainy. It's like not the super wet snow. It's not super conducive to building a snowman, but if you can build small snow.
Yeah, why not? Do it. I love this one too. Let the snowball fight begin. So digital journalist Ivan Herrera and I, when we were coming over this morning, we tried to do the same. We kind of got a little bit of snow that we were able to and have like the smallest little snowball fight.
Sure.
But I mean, take a look at this, especially on those grassy surfaces. That's where we've managed to see a little bit more of that accumulation. This taken over in the St. Hedwig area there on the east side of Bexar County.
Probably did get a little bit more. The further east you go,
Exactly.
the bigger the totals. So.
Yeah, so we'll continue to show more KSAT Connect photos throughout the remainder of the morning. You guys have been so great about sending those in, and we love to see them because, yes, we've got great estimates from the radar and things like that, but this is the ground truth, and this is what really helps us get a good idea of exactly what we've seen.
If I'm not mistaken, you took a picture. You wrote on the back of your car, didn't you?
I sure did. So yes, upload those to KSAT Connect.
Yeah.
We would love to show them today.
Yes, good way to remember this event this morning because, as we've been saying, it doesn't snow all that often here in San Antonio. In fact, you were looking it up, Mia, the last time we had measurable snowfall here in San Antonio.
February of 2021.
We all remember that one.
Yes, nearly 4 years ago.
It feels like yesterday, but yes, that was the last time we had measurable snow. We've had some trace amounts in the last couple of years, but nothing actually measurable this morning. We do think it was measurable somewhere in the range of 0.3 to half an inch of snow. Not a lot, but it is technically measurable. I'm going to put this into motion. The authority radar showing snow is shifting out. Now, that does not include Cuero and Hallettsville, where you're still seeing actually some light to moderate snow right now, Shiner too. So these are areas that could pick up 1 to 2 inches. I mean, you've already probably got an inch of snow on the ground. We're going to add to it a little bit more, but this will move through, this back edge will move through pretty quickly in short order, and everyone will be done with the snowfall. Now, I want to look at road temperatures, and this is important because we still have a lot of places where the roads are below freezing. So 24, this is estimating what the roads are like. 24 here in San Antonio, 24 there on the northwest side. Now, the further west you go, these numbers increase, and you're talking about roads that are above freezing as you get out towards Eagle Pass. So really, it's the hill country, points east, where we still got some icy roads. If they are untreated, bridges and overpasses especially, they are going to be slick. Here's a look at some of the estimated snowfall totals. Now, look, these aren't going to be perfect, but I think it gets the point across. Maybe half an inch of snow here in San Antonio, and then these numbers climb as you go east. Seguin, Nixon, Gonzales, those are places perhaps 1 to 2 inches of snow depending on where you are. Further west you go, unfortunately, it was just a few flurries and nothing more. That's kind of the way it goes sometimes, although this was a bit counterintuitive in the sense that normally when we have winter weather events, it's the hill country that gets all the snow. In this case, it was actually more the coastal plains and points east that got snowfall. So as we go outside for you, and it looks like we may have some sort of incident there on 410. Hopefully everyone's okay, but there are slick spots, and this is what we're running into as more people get on the road this morning. Looks like we're having more and more issues. 28 degrees at the airport, 28 in New Braunfels. We're still below freezing. 25 Bernie, 30 at Stinson, and a pretty good north wind, which means wind chill values are in the teens. Cloudy skies will stay with us. Again, snow's ended, but cloudy skies stay with us through about mid-morning. And then at that point, once we start to see some sun, we jump up above freezing pretty quickly, I might add, 37 noontime, and then we get into the 40s this afternoon. That's going to actually do a lot, along with these north winds, to dry us out, melt everything, and then dry us out and hopefully evaporate everything out before we get into tonight, because temperatures are going to plummet. So I've had a few people ask me, are we going to miss school tomorrow morning? No, I doubt it, because the precipitation is over. And other than maybe 1 or 2 slick spots, which we'll have to watch out for tomorrow morning, I think roads will be in better conditions. And in fact, they'll be in better condition probably by midday today if you need to get out and travel. Let me show you the futurecast real quick. This is a pretty prolific storm in the sense that, you know, it's affecting cities like Corpus Christi, Houston, Beaumont, New Orleans. Places that don't typically get winter weather are getting hit pretty hard by this. It's impressive. So this low is going to move east, and you see New Orleans will see snow most of the day. When's the last time you could say that? They could pick up 2 to 4 inches of snow. Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, the beaches. If you've ever been to the beaches there in the Panhandle of Florida, beautiful, beautiful area. They're going to get snow on the beaches there. This will also funnel up in the parts of Georgia and the Carolinas as that moves east. But we're done with it here. The other big story will be the cold temperatures tomorrow morning, down to 22 here in San Antonio, hard freeze. So make sure the pipes are still covered, all that stuff, because this is where we get into that territory where you do actually have to worry about your pipes, especially if they're exposed. May not be a bad idea depending on what kind of pipes you have if you want to open up the cabinets and let them drip a little bit. We're getting into that kind of situation tonight into tomorrow morning. All right, extended forecast. 49 Wednesday, 54 Thursday, 57 on Friday. We get some cold mornings, but we'll get above freezing, I think, by the weekend with some more small rain chances. And coming up, we'll get you some more updates on the weather, but that's kind of the latest thinking right now, guys.
All right. Thanks so much, Justin. Again, him and Mia always keeping everybody prepared.
Yeah, Mia bright and early with us this morning.
Yeah.
Saw her walk into the studio, and she was a ball of energy, ready to go.
100%. And I also want to give some love to people on our Facebook page, on our website. You guys are sending in these pictures. We love it. Send it through KSAT Connect. We want to give you guys some shout outs. But again, thank you so much for letting us be a part of your snow journey this morning.
Yes.
And obviously, we're asking everybody to stay safe out there. And speaking of staying safe out there, so that's something that's been on top of mind with our schools. And after the break, I think we're going to get into that.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to talk about the latest with school closures. Obviously, Justin just kind of touched on that, and also some warming centers if you need some help. Real quick, do want to mention that one crash that Justin showed on the airport cam. That's at 410 eastbound at Broadway.
Okay.
So starting to see a lot more activity out there for our drivers. I know a lot of folks logging on to KSAT Plus, Gmsa Plus for the very latest information.
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, so you guys stick around with us. Again, we are here with you. Thank you for taking us on your journeys with you, because we're experiencing this just like you are, okay? We want you to be a part of the conversation, and that's going to continue right after this short break.
All right, welcome back to GMSA Plus on the KSAT Plus app. Again, you can download us for free on your smart TVs. And I just checked our board right now, Jeff, and it looks like a lot of folks are tuning in right now just to get the latest conditions out there. You could go to our website as well and get the latest on some of the highway conditions as well. We know that it has gotten pretty busy out there for all of our drivers. And if you're going to step outside, it is definitely cold outside.
It's very cold outside. But again, it's great news because, again, whether you're staying home, you can form some memories with your kiddos, get out there and make some little, as we call them, snow nuggets, or very tiny snowballs, or snowmen. Whatever you're doing out there, again, we cannot stress enough. Please be safe. I know we're having a good time today, and this is one of those weather days where we can actually have a good time because it's not as awful as the winter storm that we've had in the past.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, we're keeping it going, but more than anything about staying safe, that's something that our teachers and our schools have made the decision to do today.
Absolutely, yes. So, you know what, if you follow us on our app, then we sent this out yesterday talking about just school closures. So, again, more than 45 area school districts have canceled school for today. That includes, of course, our major ones here. We're talking about San Antonio ISD, Northside, Northeast, Judson ISD, Southside, South San, and Alamo Heights as well, Jeff. So definitely a lot of our major school districts going to just take the precaution. And this was announced pretty early yesterday just to kind of get that word out to parents.
Of course, last night we did speak to some families and students getting ready for the day off.
Yeah, we're going to shelter in place and hopefully everything will go well.
School is canceled. They sent out an email this morning. I was very shocked because I didn't expect that, but I guess it's a big deal.
All right, so as for major districts, though, in the surrounding area, the latest ones to cancel classes for the day, there's Kerrville. They were added to the list, Hunt and Ingram, as well as many others. And, of course, we're going to continue to update these as they come in. And then you can find these updates at KSAT.com.
All right, so another question that we got yesterday was about some businesses as well. So I know I had a couple of buddies of mine texting me about this. A lot of folks wondering about the HEBs, obviously. So we do have some information on this about some businesses that will be kind of delaying some start times today. HEB out there in Bernie, Bulverde, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, we just mentioned right there, and also New Braunfels up the road on 35. They will all reopen at 10 o'clock today. So hold up on that HEB run for another couple hours or so.
And obviously, if you are one of those individuals who, you know, need to be warm, check this out. We got to tell you about those warming centers, okay? If you look at these maps right here on your screen, they show all 11 city and county warming centers at senior and community centers, churches, a library, and even a VFW post. So they'll have warmth, some snacks, place to charge your phone, and obviously you got to make sure you take some clothes, charging cables, toiletries, and medicines with you that you may need. And while the city says kindling will be available for pets at its centers, Bexar County says that they're equipped for service animals. Everything else will be case by case, and you'll need to check with the location. So obviously something to keep in mind, and then especially for tomorrow. I know we've been talking about how cool it is today. Tomorrow, apparently, it's like hold my beer.
It's going to be another hard freeze for sure. Yeah. So that's going to wrap it up for this block right now. But coming up after this short break, we're going to be talking about another major talker that we're seeing, obviously, immigration and the border. GMSA Plus right now on the KSAT Plus app. We'll be back after this short break. All right, welcome back to Gmsa Plus. So Japhanie went to our studio as she gets ready for our news cut-in. I'm going to be jumping in there in a little bit, talk weather, and of course, talk traffic. Justin, of course, has the weather. But do want to talk about immigration and the border as President Trump continues to issue some of these new executive orders targeted at immigration. Asylum seekers can no longer use an app that allowed them to schedule asylum appointments in border towns. This app is called the CBP One, and it has been discontinued. And now appointments scheduled after 1 o'clock on January 20th throughout the app here have been canceled. But Attorney Alfredo Lozano says many of his immigration clients use this app to get into the country legally. And without the app, Lozano is worried about what happens now.
One of the impacts that's going to happen is we're going to see migration once again through the river, through the desert. That's going to start up again.
And we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy.
All right, while President Trump is expected to continue signaling many more executive orders tackling immigration and border security. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up here for GMSA Plus. We'll be back with you coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to go do the cut-ins. Again, a check of your news, traffic, and weather. And Jeff and I will be back here in just a little bit. Thanks for being with us on this Tuesday morning.
Roadways really quick. Of course, we're going to look at to make sure we're safe out there. Obviously, there are a couple of situations that are out and about on the roads that you do need to be aware of. And some of those conditions include icy conditions that you need to be aware of as well. So I think we got our very own RJ in the building. RJ, do you have your mic on, brother? Oh, he's still working on it. Okay. Well, there's a couple of things we got to work on. We're looking at right now. Some type of major accident happening at I-35 and Pat Booker. This is happening where they got all the lanes blocked right now. Again, that's I-35 and Pat Booker Road that you need to be aware of. Another major accident happening at Loop 410, Broadway. They have 2 main lanes blocked and a shoulder blocked as well. So these are certain things that you do need to be aware of if you are out and about. Those aren't the only spots, but it's all dealing with this weather conditions right now.
That's right. So, yes, I-10 east of Ackerman. Looks like we do have a closure there taking place. We'll check on that one here in just a bit. And then 90 at 410, we had a rollover there earlier. You see some of those overpasses are still a little bit busy out there for our drivers. And let's see if we give you a shot here at 90 at 1604. Again, that is our spot right there. So, coming back out in TransGuide. So, where are we going to go next here? Are we going to take this to break, or are we going to go to continue to do traffic? Okay, so GMSA Plus is coming up next. And again, we're going to give you the very latest details here. Japhanie and I have been covering the latest. Mia is in the building with us, and also Justin Horn also covering the latest when it comes to our weather.
With live cam, still have the cloud cover in place. We managed to see a little bit of snow and some sleet overnight. That is starting to work its way out of the San Antonio area. Still some returns across portions of the coastal plains. Sunshine returns ahead of lunchtime. Road conditions improving by this afternoon. Hello, everybody, and good morning. Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Mia Montgomery here in the KSAT 12 Weather Authority Center. Yes, we did manage to see some snow accumulation, some sleet accumulation across the San Antonio area. Generally, totals were a little bit higher the farther east that you went, a little bit lower the farther west that you traveled. We have so enjoyed seeing your KSAT Connect photos. The only thing that we really need to watch this morning, because we have started to see a few more reports of some accidents coming in, some slick spots on those bridges, overpasses, less traveled roadways. So that is just something to be extra careful of this morning. If you do have to step out and about, if you can stay home and at least delay your travels through about late morning to lunchtime, that would be best case scenario. But other than that, it's just been fun for a lot of families to wake up and head outside to and enjoy. Take a look at this KSAT Connect photo. This is a fun way to kind of document this measurable snowfall that we've seen. Damien, Mom, Lauren, Joy 2025. I love seeing all of these. This is a gorgeous little golden doodle. Looks very similar to my dog as well that was sent in San Antonio. A lot of the pups and the critters out there enjoying the snow from what we've seen. Everybody sending in photos of their pets in the snow. This has also been, of course, a common theme. Those decks, elevated surfaces, patio furniture managed to accumulate a little bit more of that snow and sleet quicker this morning. A few little mini snowmen out on the car windshield there in the car top of the hood, 2025 there as well. Again, thank you to everybody that has been sending this in. This was a very common theme out there with those elevated and exposed surfaces, just managing to see a little bit more of that accumulation so far this Tuesday. Now, over the past couple of hours at this point, we've really started to see things wind down here. Justin Horn just walking it. Is this a snowball? What? Oh my goodness, it is so cold. I feel like I needed gloves. Did you just go outside in the parking lot and what not? Should I do the weather with the snowball in my hand? Like, it's a little cold. I'm gonna give that back to you. We need to go have like a KSAT snowball fight or something outside. That would be kind of cool. So yes, that's another thing that you can do this morning. Since it's still a little cloudy out there, we're retaining some of this cold that we have in place. That's not gonna be the case though by about lunchtime. But yes, there is still some of that out there on those elevated grassy surfaces. As far as any precip though falling from the sky, right now here in San Antonio, we have really been quieting things down and winding things down. You take a look though up I-35 near San Marcos, Bastrop, Giddings, even LaGrange. Right now catching a little bit of a break, but a few more light returns on the backside of that. Parts of the coastal plains, Hallettsville, Cuero, even northeastern Karnes County, near Kosciuszko, Sestahova, still seeing a little bit of that light activity, maybe a few flurries still trying to survive their way down to the surface. But again, we are drying things out now, and that's going to continue to be the case here through the remainder of the morning. I do want to talk about road temperatures because as I mentioned earlier, yes, we have seen some slick spots on elevated surfaces, elevated roadways, bridges and overpasses, and those less traveled roads. And the reason being is because road temperatures have managed to cool down pretty efficiently here in San Antonio. Basically I-10, I-37 points eastward. This is where we're going to see more of the impacts when it does come to a little bit of slippery travel. You work your way farther off to the west though, Uvalde and especially near Eagle Pass, we start to see those road temperatures warm up. But I really think this afternoon, once we see the sunshine return in full force, that is really going to help those road conditions, and things are going to get a whole lot better for us later on today. Again, the cloud cover still in place into the mid-morning hours. Then by lunchtime, already starting to see the sunshine, temperatures warming above freezing by that time frame. As a result, right around 37 degrees, total sunshine expected this afternoon, a high temperature right around 40. Again, a lot of that sun is going to help whatever we have seen out there on the roadways start to melt. And by wake up time tomorrow, we're not really expecting widespread issues when it comes to those roadways, but still where we manage to find some of those higher accumulations, we'll still need to monitor for maybe an isolated slick spot or two by about 7 a.m. just because we are expecting temperatures to plummet through the overnight. When it comes to snowfall totals over the past 24 hours, these aren't perfect, but it generally does paint a good picture of who saw some of the higher totals and who really didn't. Again, generally the farther west that you went across the hill country, country out near Uvalde and Sabinal. Not a whole lot to show for some of the returns that we saw out there on the radar, but you work your way across the coastal plains. I mean, right now, upwards of about 2 inches possibly fell closer to the Seguin area. And that's a little opposite of the conventional thinking. Sometimes we think the hill country, the higher elevations start to see some better accumulations, but it was actually the coastal plains, thanks to the fact that the better moisture availability was down closer to the Gulf Coast. In the meantime, though, we are in the upper 20s, right around 30 degrees right now. Again, forecast high right around 40 degrees expected this afternoon. Clearing skies from west to east. Tomorrow morning, though, because of the clear skies in place, the calm winds, as well as the drier air, temperatures are going to fall very, very efficiently. A hard freeze expected by Wednesday morning. Low 20s here in San Antonio, perhaps even some teens, though, across the hill country. So make sure that you do protect the 4 Ps, people, pets, plants, and pipes this go around as well. A few more light freezes possible through Friday morning. Then we really start to warm things up into the upcoming weekend. Highs near 70 possible by Sunday. We're going to take a step aside. We'll be right back after the break.
All right, welcome back. Gmsa Plus, KSAT Plus. You know, we're here bringing the conversation to you, going over not only the bigger topic of today, which is obviously weather, the road conditions, but we're going through those headlines as well, the things that you guys are talking about online. We want to keep you guys kind of privy to things that are coming up, especially later on in our other shows. But one of those things is the Investigates.
Yeah, a big KSAT Investigates piece by our very own Dylan Collier. Obviously something that my man Dylan, he works hard. He does a great job.
I don't know how he does it.
Dig in and getting some stuff here. But this is his latest Investigates piece that we're going to be showing later on today. And it has to do with this one individual out here. So nearly 4.5 years after being indicted in Guadalupe County on child sex abuse charges, a man has actually avoided going to court.
So that dude is named Ruben Castro, okay? So he claims that health issues, including a stomach ulcer and stroke, is preventing him from completely or competently standing trial. A prosecutor last month telling his accusers that she was informed that Castro is just trying to be kept as comfortable as possible until passing away.
That's right. And but last month, those accusers, who are now adults, set out to show that he is not being honest about some of these health problems that he says he has. So they captured footage of Castro outside a home in Northeast San Antonio and nearby an outside motel.
It looks to me like the people around him know that he's better and they're not reporting it. Why aren't they reporting it?
All right, so tonight on the Night Beat, you can hear what Guadalupe County District Attorney's Office has to say now that the footage has come to light. And our very own Dylan Collier will join us right now live previewing his story coming up on this morning on GMSA at 9. So again, those headlines that you guys are interested in, you want to know more about, we're giving it to you. We kind of give you guys those previews of the bigger stories that are coming on down the line. But more importantly, again, here on GMSA Plus, it's all about kind of getting looser from that typical news tradition. We want you guys to know that conversation is there and is there for you guys to be a part of. And we're not done yet. You guys are stuck with us. Again, we got a lot more to get to going on.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone jumping on with us that are following us, not only for the weather updates, of course, as Jeff mentioned, going to bring you some of your top headlines as well, and also some traffic updates there too, because things have gotten pretty busy out there. I know Devin and Alex, kind of a dream team out there following some situations on the road. So yeah, we have got you covered from every angle.
So after the break, we got more coming your way. For example, we got that Make Texas Great Again art competition that is on the way. And again, we're going to have that update on your weather and your road conditions to see what your commutes are looking like. All of our parents out there who still have to get out and about. All the kiddos still staying at home, chilling. But again, you guys stick around with us. We're not done yet. We'll be back here on GMSA Plus on KSAT Plus. Do not go anywhere.
All right, welcome back to GMSA Plus on the KSAT Plus app. Again, you can take us wherever you are. Download us for free on your smart TVs, KSAT Plus. That's all you got to search on there. You know what, Jeff? Something that I really love about Texas is that anywhere you go, you can definitely find some different scenery. I'm from West Texas, so we got a lot of mountains out there, like kind of desert atmosphere, but we got a lot of green. So the environment's a pretty big thing when it comes to the Lone Star States.
Yeah, and normally, like I said, you guys, as long as you're sending in safely, we don't want nobody busting a hip or something outside. Make sure, again, as Justin mentioned, you got to shuffle. If you're going to take a picture of your driveway or kids out playing in the yard, whatever they're doing, just do it safely. But we want to see your pictures because we just may give you guys some shout outs. And again, I appreciate you guys joining us this morning, being a part of the conversation. And again, whether big talker of today, but we also want to sprinkle in some of those cool stories that you guys are doing throughout our community.
That's right. We're talking about a statewide competition here to create the best 30-second commercial to promote protecting our environment, and it has reached the semifinal round, and now it's down to 6 contestants.
Right, so check this out. 4 of the final 6 are from San Antonio. So shout out to you guys doing your thing. John Paparajas reports that 3 of those students attend the same school, Strauss Middle School, and he sat down with them and their teacher. Check it out.
Hey you! This is our Texas. Beautiful, huh?
It certainly is, and the goal is to keep it that way. That's why the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality is hosting its statewide Take Care of Texas competition.
Turn a glass bottle into a flower pot. Make sure to take care of Texas. It's the only one we've got.
The TCEQ is asking middle school age students to create a 30-second commercial to remind people how easy it is to make a difference. They narrowed down their statewide search for the best videos to 6 semifinalists, and 3 of them all attend Strauss Middle School. How did you feel in that moment when you found out that you made it to 1 of 6 in the entire state?
I was shocked. I did not think that I would get 1 of 6 in the whole state. I was very surprised because I thought that there was going to be so many people that also made good videos.
Surprising or not, it was easy to tell that these 3 were passionate about taking care of the environment long before this assignment ever came along.
I'd like to go hiking with my family, and I see that a lot on the trails. I really do hope I can make a difference, and I think it was a very important topic to me because I feel like keeping the environment safe is a very good thing.
From enjoying the outdoors to just keeping your siblings in line whenever it comes to recycling. What's their reaction?
they just like roll their eyes and they walk away. They don't really care. But like my older brother, he's good about recycling, and then my younger brothers, they just need to learn.
Well, it's a good thing they have you to teach them.
Yeah.
The students' videos are about promoting the protection of the environment.
I'm from 2034. The air out here is polluted. Now, let me tell you how you can fix this.
And being creative. Voting for the top 3 finalists runs through January 24th, with the top 3 winners taking home gift cards for $800, $600, and $400. Win or lose, the students have this message.
It's important to take care of the environment because the environment is one of the reasons we're still here. The environment gives us all of our plants, our air, our happiness, nature, a lot of food too.
John Paul Barajas.
Take care of Texas. It's the only one we've got.
KSAT 12 News.
So hopefully that right there makes you want to vote because again, we always got to give especially our locals some love. Let's make it happen. We're wishing them obviously the best of luck to our contestants, but go to our website at ksat.com to check it out. I love seeing when kids get involved in projects like this because you never
they're
know.
so excited about it too.
They're excited about it, but these may be the next people making Super Bowl commercials one day.
There you go.
Or these big PSAs one day, and I'm all for it. Let's go.
Yeah. 3 of them from one school?
Right,
That's impressive.
right.
They got some skills there for sure. Yeah. You know what? Also exciting, the snow, Jeff. I was going to ask you, do you remember the first time you ever saw snow? Growing up as a kid?
So I was in Arkansas when I was a kid, and I just remember, I want to say it was probably around closer to Christmas. I'm not sure if it was exactly on the day, but I just remember, I would stay outside all the time. So anytime there was snow, it was like, it happened so on and off during the season. I don't remember the exact first time, but I just remember it was one of those days where I was a little kid and I was like, it's snowing! Go outside, run around, and I remember doing the snow angel thing.
Yes,
so
super cool.
it brings a lot of happiness, I think, when you associate, especially the good kind of snow in families nowadays, especially families who have never seen it before, especially the kiddos who've never seen it before.
Absolutely, and that's what I love seeing about those KSAT Connect pictures. Again, please send those to us. We'll continue to show those on GMSA Plus or also on air on our newscast as well. Yeah, I remember building a little snowman with the little branches. And stuff. It was like a bootleg snowman.
And that's my word, bootleg snowman.
Yeah, that's Jeff's word.
It brings back so much happiness. But again, we love you guys so much for sending us your pictures, letting us be a part of your front yards, even for just a glimpse of a shot. After the break, though, we got cut-ins to get into. And again, as people know, this streaming site is different from on air. So anytime you see us break away for a couple seconds, I know we found a way where you can see it on the stream. But coming up in that next cut-in, of course, RJ got you covered. Traffic-wise with all this weather stuff.
Give you some updates on traffic. Yes, of course, a lot of activity across the roads this morning. So we'll get you updated on everything taking place, all of our incidents. 35, Pat Booker, still seeing some major delays there. 35 completely shut down out there on the northeast side.
Good morning to everybody else who's streaming us right now. Keep it going because we're not done yet. You're still hanging out with us. We're still having a good time bringing you what you need to know. So stick around. We'll be right back.
All right, it is now 7:56 on your Tuesday morning, and we still have a major mess on the northeast side of town for our drivers. All northbound lanes completely shut down right here at 35 northbound. You're seeing our camera right there at Topper Wine. So this is going to be right before you get to that 1604 and 35 interchange exit. And you see that all traffic basically pushed off to the access road. Not too sure what happened exactly over here, but it looks like a little bit further up the road, like we may have had some vehicles that potentially skidded out because or gotten a crash because of some of the weather that we're seeing out there. So let's show you our map real quick to show you some of the backup that we're seeing at this moment. And again, traffic backed up pretty significantly. That's our shot there at Topper Wine Road. We saw earlier basically a full shutdown from all the way at the Forum area, Olympia Parkway, Retama Park, all the way down to Topper Wine. A big mess out there for our drivers on the northeast side. Just kind of steer clear of that area if at all possible. So this is another crash that popped up recently. This is going to be 410 at New Braunfels Avenue. So we saw that camera earlier that I believe Justin showed. It was going to be out there at 410 and Broadway right there by the airport. So 410 New Braunfels, this is going to be our westbound lanes of 410. We do have a crash off to the side of the road, but traffic is slowly moving through that area. Let's give you one more shot here of our cameras and see if we could go down to I-10 and Woodlawn. We have cleared this one out on the near northwest side. Mia Montgomery, the only one in the house with us right here. Mia, how's it
Good
going?
morning. Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing to watch this morning is just some slick spots, especially on those bridges and overpasses and roadways that are a little less traveled out there. We should start to improve later on this morning once we see the sun return. So if you can delay travel over the next couple of hours, that would be a good idea if possible. But again, with more sunshine returning this afternoon, road conditions will only improve. And we're not really seeing anything actually fall here in San Antonio. It's just the accumulations that we saw overnight, 3/10 of an inch to an inch of that sleet and snow mix here in San Antonio. All of this starting to work eastward, though. Again, we will still see plenty of sunshine into this afternoon. High temperatures closer to about 40 degrees. Another hard freeze expected overnight.
Welcome back, guys. Good morning. GMSA Plus, KSAT Plus, man.
Yeah.
We are doing it. We've been here throughout all morning, and it's understandably so because it's been a big weather day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeping people a part of the conversation. And again, we're keeping KSAT Plus, which is one of those deals that you can tune into whether you're on your commute, if you're getting your day started. We're keeping your news flowing, things that you want to know in real time, live, and keeping that conversation going, like I mentioned.
Absolutely,
GMSA Plus.
So, you know what? It takes a village, Jaff. So,
Amen.
We appreciate all the crew here. Director Robert Flowers, Ivan, Herrera, Mason. They've been doing a lot of stuff on our digital team. Rebecca, Andrew, and of course we have Mia and Justin. They're going to be with us talking about the latest with the weather situation coming up in just a bit. So yes, it definitely takes a village, but we're glad that you are with us on GMSA Plus right now. Do want to get to the traffic situation because we still have a major backup on the northeast side of town, and take a look right here. This is not pretty out there for our drivers on the northeast side. So based on what I can see right now, so it looks like first of all main lanes blocked, northbound traffic at 35. This is out there by Live Oak, Universal City, the Forum. Further up the road, it looks like we did have a crash that may involve a couple of vehicles. At least it looks like a vehicle may have also skidded on the highway and maybe is facing in the opposite direction right now. So all main lanes shut down, and we do have traffic that is being diverted off to the 1604-35, the Anderson Loop interchange right there. So a bit of a mess out there, Jeff, northeast side of town. Let's show you our maps here real quick. If we could, let me see if I could jump to it here. Trying to advance through on the clicker.
Hey, we got it. You got it.
Yes. It only took like 3 times.
Right.
This thing.
Live TV, y'all.
There you go. But here's our backup. So you see this purple line right there. So we have a backup basically all the way now from like Selma all the way down to Topper Wine Road. It is not pretty out there for our drivers. The other big incident that we're following is by the San Antonio International Airport. This is going to be on 410 in New Braunfels, and you see that we got very little traffic moving through here. We did have a crash being reported 410 at New Braunfels and also 410 at Broadway. This affecting, looks like the traffic that's going westbound, but also eastbound traffic as well, Jeff. So yeah, not been fun out there for our drivers. Just stay safe again if you even need to head out because you know what, we don't want any other situations like this.
Right, but for the most part, a lot of people who are at home right now, and if you're watching us right now, drop in your comments wherever you can drop them for our KSAT. I want to give some love right now. It says, just for God's purpose, a soldier for God's kingdom. That's their name. Says, not snowing here on the south side, stopped like hours ago. I would say just flurries. So if you're around this particular person, maybe you're seeing the same thing. And then I got to give some love to Robert Miller. Robert coming in with a question that somebody could possibly answer. Says that, is there any toilet paper left at HEB? And so, yeah, no, I mean, again, we're keeping the fun conversations going. And your pictures, we want to see your KSAT pictures. 1,000%. I don't know. Till this day, I still don't understand. But, you know, whatever you guys need to do, we got to get out to.
Yeah, if you do need to make that HEB run, a lot of HEBs opening at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they also decided to delay some of their openings across the area.
Everybody staying safe.
Yes.
Devin Carp has been with us all morning long as well. He's been hard at it, just driving around, and right now he's still in the vehicle, staying as warm as he possibly can. Devin, how you doing out there?
Hey, good morning, Jeff. I'm doing all right. I'm over here with, of course, the one and only Alex Gmsa, who's driving us right now through DriveCam. And as you can see out here, we are right in the midst of those lane closures that RJ was talking about here. 35 northbound, right near Loop 1604. If you look over here, you can even see there's the IKEA across the way, and we are seeing full stops. Let me tell you, folks, the conditions right over here in the roads are icy. We've seen a couple trucks around us slipping and sliding, trying to get some traction. Honestly, we're not even fully immune from it. We did slip around a little bit, but of course, we're staying safe. Now, the best thing to do in some of these situations is to make sure you're taking it slow. Right over here, we've asked SAPD for more information about this crash over here that's causing the blockage on 35 northbound, but as you can see, we're starting to make a little bit of movement, but these closures are still in place right now. We've been all over San Antonio covering different accidents this morning, including a lot of rollovers, so a lot of people going out and about. Just make sure if you're headed out keep your hazards on, make sure you're staying safe, staying slow, stay in the right lane if you can, and most importantly of all, you got to keep your eyes peeled. No day is a good day to text and drive, but today is especially not that day because you have to make sure you're watching out for any accidents that could be on the shoulder, first responder crews arriving to scenes. Got to make sure that we're keeping a vigilant eye out here. Let's go ahead and one more time take a look over this at some of these road conditions. You can start to see right there. Check it out. The glimmer of that is icy for sure. Got to watch out, folks, while you're out here. So for any of our drivers going out and about, stay safe, take your time, be patient, and hopefully you'll be all right. Double check that your tire pressure's good too, because again, that can deflate when it gets cold out, and that can make it harder to stop when you're going on some ice. So I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you, Jaffney and RJ for now. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, Devin, a quick question for you guys, because our maps are showing this is a pretty good backup out there on the northeast side, but at what point did you guys start to run into some of these delays as you made your way up 35 north?
Sure, RJ. So we're over here. If we can take a look right now, it seems like we're going to be turning to get around some of this, but we encountered it, honestly, probably about a half mile, a little bit more around from 35 northbound onto that loop. We actually took an exit over here, and during one of those hills getting off, we saw a couple trucks in front of us slipping and sliding. Those were just mostly pickup trucks, but still big cars with a lot of traction. So this backup goes pretty far over here. I'd recommend if you're heading over that way, maybe start to exit, look for another way around to get to where you're going, because as you can see right here, these conditions are not looking great, RJ.
Oof. All right. Thank you very much for that report, Devin, and of course, photojournalist Alex Gomez in DriveCam.
So I live on the far west side, and I got up early this morning around, I think I hit the road around 2:30 on 90, and every little area you see that's just all white road, which I could tell was treatment, and then sometimes I was just like, I can't tell if this is snow or not. I'm just going to drive as slow as possible. Call me driving Miss Daisy. I'm going to do it because guess what? I'm trying to be as safe as possible, and we don't need to be rushing in these kind of conditions big time. I want to come back. The Serpent Charmer came back and answered our friend's question. Says Walgreens has toilet paper. They have good prices too.
There we go.
So give it HEB another plug.
There you go.
But yeah, no, we just got to stay safe. And I know we talked about the snow and how fluffy and fun it is, but it forms some very serious situation in the ponds.
Absolutely, yeah. So definitely want to make sure that you are being safe if you head out to the roads. I will say, so right now when you're watching us on DriveCam, if you're watching us on GMSA Plus, that was Devin who was controlling our camera. It's on top of our news unit. So Alex was not like the one that was operating
Typically
that. So yeah, Devin got it. And that is just a really interesting way to show the traffic. I was even saying as Devin was doing his live shot, I was like, wow, this is a pretty cool like perspective.
Right.
Yeah, and that is coming from one of our news units out there.
And we're doing that for a reason, because we want to give you guys that first-hand experience of if you are driving next to him, that's what you're seeing. Or if this is a part of your commute, this is what you may see when you do get out on the roadway. So again, real live-time, current news of the day that we're giving you, and we're bringing you that action right here on GMSA Plus that's streaming on KSAT Plus.
Yes, so I believe we're going to go to Mia and Justin. They are in the studio to give us an update on the weather. Obviously, we saw a lot of snow come through. We've seen a lot of KSAT Connect pictures come our way as well. So I believe we are going to go to them.
Yeah, we should. They got Mia.
There's
Mia.
Mia.
Look cool. What's up, Mia?
With her glasses.
Mia, you got like a real cool setup back there. Look at that. I want to go swimming now.
Well, I know, seriously, right? Yes, we've gotten a ton of KSAT Connect photos in this morning, and this has just been fantastic to see, really giving us the ground truth of what all of our viewers are seeing across South Central Texas. And yeah, the biggest thing this morning is you guys have been talking about the roadways. If you can delay travel through at least late morning, we should start to see those conditions improve around lunchtime and especially into this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine taking back over, but for now, if you have to get out on the roadways, please just take it slow. If you can avoid bridges, overpasses, less traveled roads, that would be a great way to go. We've got Justin Horn in here as well. Justin?
Real quick, I was just going to say, it looks like they've opened up 35 at Topperwine, which RJ was just talking about. They just opened it up to some traffic. So they're kind of squeezing through.
Yeah, getting some.
But good to see that they've got that cleared at least.
Yes, that should help with the backup that we were seeing there as well. All right, so we've got some KSAT Connect photos that we want to show you next round here. This one taken from Lytle. I love how everybody has been like writing the town name in the snow, writing family names.
Where's your Floresville people at?
I know. Hey, if anybody in Floresville is watching, Mom, if you're watching, will you do the same? Shout out to Mom. This is taken from Shirts, and you can see that's actually kind of an interesting photo with the snow kind of right around the pool perimeter. That's kind of neat. Thank you for sending that in. Okay, so Seguin, with what we've seen so far today, actually has picked up some of the higher accumulations across parts of the area, and you can see that translated. A lot of the accumulations have really been on grassy surfaces, those exposed and elevated surfaces. I mean, that's a gorgeous shot out there with all of the trees.
What's the best way to measure, Mia, if you're going to measure for depth of snow? Just
find a flat surface and then take your ruler and then just make sure that it's vertical and then take your picture. But yeah, flat surface is the best way, I would think, to measure some of that snow. And if you do measure your snow, please, you can send us an email, weather@ksat.com, with your snow total, and we would love to report it later on today. This from Bernie, once again, riding in the snow. I love that. The burr on the bottom too. Yeah, it is a little chilly out there this morning as well. But let's take a look at some of those snowfall totals across the area. This is not perfect, but I think it does paint a pretty good picture of what we've seen so far today. Generally, the farther west that you go, west of I-35, up into the hill country, down Highway 90, not a whole lot, unfortunately. Just a few flurries to a few flakes, not really accumulating to a lot of measurable rainfall, just a trace in many locations out that way. For much of Bexar County, I think anywhere between about 3/10 of an inch to about an inch. That's generally been the theme of what we've seen here in San Antonio. And as we were just talking about the Seguin area, areas east of I-35, Gonzales, Nixon, Floresville, even down to Cuero, Kennedy, those have been the areas that actually have seen the higher accumulations so far today, which is opposite of conventional thinking, because a lot of times we think with the higher elevations, the colder temperatures, moisture availability, sometimes the hill country sees the worst of the impacts and the higher totals. But with this particular setup, it was actually the opposite. A lot of the coastal plains and even stretching over towards Houston, who've seen kind of some of those higher accumulations so far today. So here's a look at authority radar right now, and you can see in San Antonio, things are quiet, and that looks to be the case for the remainder of the day. We've pretty much been winding things down over the past several hours. Maybe a few flurries on the far backside north of our area, closer to Fredericksburg, far northern Kendall County, closer to Austin as well. Hallettsville potentially seeing a few flakes right now, really stretching down across the coastal plains, but you can see the activity is now shifting eastward, so that's all going to be moving closer to the Houston and Bryan College Station areas throughout the rest of this Tuesday morning. In the meantime, it's cold, and we've got the cloud cover in place still. That is not going to be the case, though. By lunchtime, we'll start to see some sunshine take back over, and full out sunshine is expected into this afternoon. Right now, though, temperatures below freezing. Airport checking in at 28 degrees here in San Antonio. Same in New Braunfels as well as Converse. We do have a little bit of a breeze out there, which means that wind chill values have managed to dip down into the teens in a few locations. That includes here in the Alamo City. Here's the rest of the day. KSAT 12-hour forecast. Again, by lunchtime, we really start to see more sun. That will help temperatures climb above freezing by that time frame. More blue skies expected later on this afternoon, helping highs climb to about 40. So it is still going to be a cold day, all things considered. However, that sunshine is really going to help whatever remaining moisture we have still on the roadways evaporate. Road conditions should really start to improve later on today. And thankfully, we do have that, because overnight we are expecting temperatures to plummet. A hard freeze across the board, temperatures in the upper teens and low 20s. So we're not looking at widespread road issues tomorrow morning, which means a lot of the kiddos will be heading back to school. However, a few isolated slick spots for those that did see some of the higher accumulations, not completely off the table, but overall things are looking to drastically improve later on today and by tomorrow morning. As we take a look at the big picture here, low pressure system developed off the Gulf Coast. That essentially is what's allowed more of this moisture to stream into southern and southeast Texas. And even take a look at this snow moving across parts of the deep south. Of course, winter alerts stretching across that portion of the Gulf Coast. But take a look at this. I thought this was a very interesting fact. The National Weather Service office in Lake Charles issued their first ever blizzard warning for parts of that area. The first time that's ever been issued by that particular National Weather Service office because of the reduced visibility from the snow, as well as the exact totals that they're expected to see and the intensity of that moving across parts of Louisiana. Again, conditions already improving here in San Antonio, and that will continue to be the case throughout the rest of the day. This afternoon, we're seeing more sunshine return as well. So kind of putting things back in perspective, 7-day forecast looking ahead. Again, clearing things out this afternoon, 40 degrees, our daytime high temperature. A hard freeze expected overnight. People, pets, plants, and your pipes need to be completed, protected for all of that by tomorrow. Then we'll gradually start to warm things up later on this week, especially into the upcoming weekend. A few more light freezes possible through Friday morning.
All right, thanks so much, man. Of course, they are always on top of it. We also want to send some love out there to all of our streamers who are watching us right now. Thank you, because again, this is all about having that conversation with you. We're all at the dinner table together, having the same talks, the same concerns. I do want to give some love right now. E3N dropping some advice to us. Okay, so he says, y'all keep warm, eat some carbs like pasta, oatmeal, ramen. It will help keep your core somewhat warm. Not only that, check this out. He says, really good high carb snack is some olive oil mixed with balsamic vinegar, dipping it in bread. It is very good. And he's like, not normal bread though. French bread or baguette works. Shout out to you, man. You got me hungry now.
I've seen that at restaurants too. Now, one of our someone did bring breakfast tacos, so we do have that.
That's our bread that's coming up.
Those are going to be some type of carbs. I know I'm hungry. My stomach's grumbling. I don't know if y'all are hearing that coming through on the mic right now.
Oh, yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, good advice. Good advice.
Thank you guys again. And like I said, we're not done yet. We're going to be right back after this short break. We got some more coming your way, including the retirement of a judge. And obviously, he may not look like it, but he's currently 68 years old today. So we're going to get into details about that.
All are,
right.
Yes.
So we there. Y'all stick around. KSAT Plus, Gmsa Plus. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to Gmsa Plus. We are back in the streaming, the podcasting room. We were kind of joking. We've been on since 4:30 this morning.
We have
not been able to sit down once, but you know what? Cool. It is all good. It is all good because we did have that snow come through our area. We got a lot going on.
And if you're wondering, we have somebody come in. His name is I Am Bipolar.
Okay.
He said, "Is this live? Yes, it is live. Okay, so like if you're watching us right now, Landon, I'm not sure if oh, there we go. I was just like, what's
There we
going
are.
on? Okay,
They're
yeah.
like, right as he said, this is live.
This is live. As you can, this is
Yeah.
live TV, and again, it's one of those things where we're just, this is a looser form of news, and we're kind of giving you guys that in-depth, in-person, intimate view of what's going on today. And speaking of which, we got a celebration to give out.
Absolutely, a couple of celebrations. So let's talk about this one first because pretty interesting story here. At the end of this month, the longest-serving active judge in Bexar County is going to be putting down that gavel. There you go, for the last time. And we want to introduce you to Judge Andrew Carruthers, who was appointed as criminal magistrate judge back in 1989.
Woo, woo. Judge Carruthers was a constant figure of leadership in a place that saw so many changes for 35 years. Now at 79, he knows it's time to retire and will miss the people that he got to know over the years.
I love my job, and that's why I stayed so long, but it's time. I'm older than everybody else here.
All right, so did we say he's 79 years old?
Yeah.
Wow, this guy looks incredible for 79 years old.
Yep, 79.
Yes, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Judge Carruthers, I didn't even know what the secret is there. Okay, so what is next for Judge Carruthers? He says that he's already laid out a plan for his first day of retirement. And all right, he's going to go hit the links and play some golf.
Hey,
I like it.
there we go. That's better because, like, you know what? I tell you what, I don't think I would be good at golf. I tried Top Golf, and y'all, if you want to win, and even if you're like the basic of the basic players and you want to feel like a champion, play against me because I can barely hit the ball. Either way, shout out to Judge, man. All of his accomplishments, and I'm pretty sure all of the inspirations that came along with so much experience. And speaking of so much experience, all the accomplishments, decades, again, we may not look like it, but apparently we 68 today, and that's because we're celebrating our birthday. It's KSAT.
Okay, that's when I rode a roller coaster back in, I think that's the SeaWorld roller coaster or something like that, or Fiesta, one of them. Obviously, we've had some pretty incredible experiences. Jab, what is going on here?
Yeah, we went over the edge, man, and when I tell you, that was one of the things, you guys know me. I am very scared of heights, and I will say that right there, I don't think I called on the Lord Jesus Christ's name as much as I did coming down that building, but it was for a good cause. And I tell you what, it was one of those things where I was just like, one and done. If somebody asked me to do it again, if it's for a great cause, okay, I think I would. But it depends on the height of the building.
Oh my God.
Look at me, look. I was like, oh Lord bless it. And we cannot forget Justin. Justin Horn always coming in with the weather coverage throughout the years that we've all been together, man. Look, that lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh yeah. He went viral for that one, actually. Yeah, it was a transformer that blew up there. Patty Santos there, yes, getting awarded there for the local basketball league. So cool. She looks like she's holding up the NBA championship right there. No, great times. So 68 years old today, KSAT 12. And, we talk about the viewers. Hey, look, there's a good shot. Devin.
Yes.
Devin coming in here.
And, I think it's important to note, and I noticed this when we went out to the MLK March yesterday, so many people are so, so beautiful. And it was so nice just meeting all of you guys, marching with you guys, and hearing those constant conversations of, hey, we like watching you guys because you guys make it conversational. You make it seem like there's something good that's happening on the other end of disaster. And I want you to know we are, from the bottom of our heart, thankful for everything that you have done for us. We couldn't be anything or be here existing if it wasn't for our viewers. So again, huge thank you to all of you guys for just sticking around with us and dealing with our shenanigans on a daily basis.
Woo! And as we start this GMSA Plus, it's been a couple of weeks now. We appreciate y'all taking the ride with us. And again, a lot more looking forward to the future. Great to meet all of you guys out there anytime you come up to us, as Jaff said. Good times out there.
So we got a cut in coming up right now. But again, we thank you guys so much for joining us on GMSA Plus. You already know this is going to be a Monday through Friday deal where you're sticking with us from 5 in the morning through 10 o'clock, essentially every day. So again, thanks so much for watching us. RJ got business to take care of.
Bye, y'all.
I'll see you guys on GMSA at 9. Y'all be safe out there as you hit the roads with this kind of weather conditions we have.
And things are starting to clear out, so that's good news here for our drivers on the northeast side of town. We are now seeing traffic move along on the northbound lanes after a wreck that had shut down all the lanes there for quite some time, about an hour or so. So we are starting to see some things clear out for our drivers in that area. Let's take a look at the maps there. Seeing some little bit of delays as you go a little bit further up on 1604 as you go up towards the Forum. But again, traffic at least moving along that area. Let's take you to the airport right now because this was our other trouble spot, and we have cleared this incident there as well. So 410 New Braunfels Avenue, we are good to go. I'm going to back up real quick back to our TransGuide traffic cameras here once our system catches up. Yes, thank you, Justin, for that as he does a little backup move there. Okay, 410 West Military Drive. We still see some snow on the side of the roads right there. 281 Loop 410, that's right there by the airport and getting close to North Star Mall. And this is a cool shot, 37 at the Alamo Dome Tower. Earlier this morning when we saw those flurries come through, that was really neat. And still seeing some activity right there, 98 Zarzamora Street. Just be careful, you're going to be on those frontage roads. My man Jay Horn, it's been busy, man.
It has. It's been a morning, but you know, a lot of people outside enjoying the snow. As you said, be careful on the roads. We still got cloudy skies. Sun will pop out later today. It will melt a lot of what we have. So if you want to enjoy the snow, now's the time to do it. Snow is pretty much over. We do have a few more flurries showing up between Kerrville and Bernie, and some of these could conceivably work through maybe northeastern Bexar County. But all in all, snowfall is done and temperatures are cold. 28 degrees. North winds at 9, feels like 19 outside. In our forecast today, I think the sun starts to pop out mid-morning. We should see it by noontime, and that really melts everything. And temperatures get well above freezing, up to 40 this afternoon. So hopefully it can evaporate and get all the moisture off the roads, because tonight we get down to 22. Hard freeze tomorrow morning, 49 on your Wednesday. Look for moderating temperatures by the weekend.